so pleased to have you here, and I'm really excited to give some information about the foundation and where we've been going. And so I think before we get into that, though, let's talk a minute about who was Don Wood, right? Because he was the reason that our foundation exists. The ability to do the great work in the community that we're able to do was through his vision. But he was a very passionate sales and entrepreneur and manufacturer. He started 80/20 Inc. out of his garage and then moved later to the Seed District, and then it grew to where it now is in Whitley County. He believed in lifelong learning. That was really important to Don. And so we're in our 6th year as a foundation, maybe 7th year, going on 7 years now. It goes quick when you turn years that fast. And so we've been doing a lot of work into what was it that we think he wanted to solve, but he believed in empowering others through education and providing opportunity. So one of our favorite quotes, we have Donisms, and if you're so inclined after we are done talking, we'd invite you to visit a lobby area where there's lots of sayings that Don was known for sharing with his team members at 80/20 and with community members. But he said that success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrificing, and most of all, love of what you do. And I think that really encapsulates not only elements of what made Don so successful in his life, but also positioning the foundation for where we're headed in the direction that we're going in. Several of you have been to a grant workshop. I'm not going to belabor a lot of information about the foundation, but for those that have not been, I do want to just make sure that everybody's aware. We are a private foundation. We grant to 501c3 charitable organizations, and our mission is to advance manufacturing throughout the Midwest region. And we're going to talk about elements beyond manufacturing that we have interest in as well, or that Don had interest in as well. That will be the purpose of today's talk. But I would be remiss if I did not talk about our core values. Our core values are really important to us at the foundation. Servant leadership is at the crux. I was really delighted to hear several of you leaning into the concept. Because we believe in serving others, and that's a critical part of the work that we're doing at the foundation. But we also believe in accountability and transparency, and not just from grant seekers to us, but from us to the community and us to our partners in the community. So that's really important to us. That may be one reason why if you met one foundation, you've met one foundation. We may do things a little bit differently than others, and that's not to say anyone's doing it wrong. It's just to say these are the core values that we have chosen to lean into because we believe it honors Don Wood. Efficiency of giving, that if we can do it simpler, Don was a common sense kind of guy, right? And so that preeminence of common sense. And if there's an easier way to do something, then we are always a learning organization and always interested in feedback, because we do incorporate that into our practices as a foundation as well. And then pragmatism and practicality, kind of, also in alignment with common sense and efficiencies, and then the ethic of honest and honorable work. So we have a wall out on our hallway that espouses these values and talks about why they're meaningful to our team, but it is ultimately to help honor Don Wood and what was meaningful to him. We're governed by a board of trustees. There are 7 trustees that are members. It's worth noting they are all either entrepreneurs or work in advanced manufacturing or have some connectivity to that, or family business, that sort of thing. And because that was something that was really, it's part of our mission, it was also something that was really important to Don Wood. We also have an amazing team. You've met several of our team members that are here this morning, but there are a few members that are not in the room that I would be remiss if I did not, acknowledge how important they are to operations of our organization. And so Steve George serves as our Vice President of Finance and Administration, and Julie Brown serves as our operations manager. And so a lot of times they do all the behind the scenes things that help make sure that grant checks get out, grant agreements get processed, that sort of thing. But they're an integral part of our team, as well as the members that are here today. And certainly none of the good work of the foundation would happen if it weren't for the staff and the board and their vision. So it's really worth taking a moment to acknowledge those members of the team. Now let's talk a little bit about what we want to focus on today. I I mentioned our mission. We're a learning organization. We'll be going into strategic planning in 2025. We're really excited about this opportunity because what we've done is dig a little deeper into Don Wood's donor intent. And so when I say donor intent, what I mean is what problems do we believe that Don Wood wanted to solve through his philanthropy and through his investment in philanthropy, and primarily in the Northeast Indiana region, because that's where we focus a good portion of our grant making. I think it's valuable to talk a little bit about this new diagram. This is new. You're one of the first members in the community to see this. We originally had a grid, but we decided, okay, we can streamline this and we can talk about our grant making priorities in ways that explain how they overlap one another. So certainly, I've heard in the community, oh, you're the advanced manufacturing people. So we have done grants to make certain that manufacturing is vibrant and thriving in Northeast Indiana because it's such an important part of our GDP and our economies here in Northeast Indiana. But Don also cared about supporting entrepreneurs, and Don also cared a lot about the development of leadership skills. And so we've been through a process where we were working on that donor intent to really dig in and understand what that looked like. And we asked ourselves the questions of what do we think Don wanted to accomplish? And we came up with support of the development of leaders, support of the development of entrepreneurs, and the development of talent, more broadly speaking. So what you see here is a Venn diagram that explains what our grant making encompass. And what we would say about that is anywhere that those circles intersect is a real sweet spot for the foundation. So if you've got a program or a project in the community that is a blend of entrepreneurial education embedded in engineering or something along those lines, might be one example, that's something that would really interest the foundation to learn more about and to potentially have those conversations about what that would look like. But also where those circles intersect outside of advanced manufacturing. And that's worthy of noting, and that's what we really want to talk about a little bit today, is where those circles intersect between leadership and entrepreneurship. And in particular, we want to focus on leadership today. How did we get here? How did we determine how did Don define leadership? We're not in a position to be able to have conversations since he passed on in spring of 2019. But what we did was dig into his bookshelf and we decided, what was he reading? Because that'll really tell us a lot about what resonated with him and what was powerful messaging to him. And the one thing that we learned is that he had a few books on manufacturing and engineering. He certainly had some books on entrepreneurism and the skill building, but the large majority of his library was about leadership development. And so we've really leaned into that. And several of the titles that you see on the screen are books that he had multiple copies of. And what we think that is so significant is he was known to hand books out to people for titles that were really meaningful to him. And so not only is the foundation going to recreate a version of his bookshelf and put that up in our conference room area, we also wanted to study those titles and get a sense for who he was reading and why. And Don even provided a quote to a nonprofit organization before doing a speech a handful of years ago, where he said, "I study good leaders. I've read their books and listened to their motivational tapes." That tells you it's a bit more of a dated quote, but because they all have the same hopes, desires, and fears that we all have. And so Don really believed in studying leadership and recognized the value and the importance of attitude. Attitude was really important to Don Wood. I think one of the Donisms, if I botch it, Patrick will help me, but your altitude is a product of your attitude. And so the idea is you can elevate yourself through good attitude. And so we try to, again, through servant leadership, through other core values at the foundation, we try to emulate that as well, have good attitude towards how we can come to the community and talk about leadership and leadership development. So let's spend a little time talking about what we think Don meant when he said, "I want to see funding opportunities in Northeast Indiana around leadership." We believe that Don cared about the development of the whole person. And what we mean by that is helping individuals really hone in their skill set and bring those talents, those non-cognitive skills or soft skills, work skills, employability skills. There's lots of names for those communication skills and so forth. But ultimately, our research that Patrick has mentioned and that we have leaned into also help us understand that those non-cognitive skills, there's technical skills that will certainly get you a job. If you want to be a welder, you absolutely need to understand how to operate the MIG, TIG, welding, stick, whatever you need to be able to do in order to achieve that. But that's at the top of the pyramid. Those are your technical skills. What gives you a career and employability and also good citizenship in your community are those non-cognitive skills. And so resiliency, tenacity, grit, adaptability, flexibility. When we've had communications with some of our grant partners recently, we've learned that these are very important skills to be imparting to our young people in our community as they grow, and as well as to members of our community that have come here to form a better life. And so these non-cognitive skills and the development of them are really fundamentally critical to being able to position someone for success. And we believe that's what Don really wanted to do. If he believed that if you had the grit or the tenacity, if you wanted something or had the perseverance, that you could get to it. And so one of the things that we'll be looking at as we go forward and talk a little bit more about funding opportunities around Northeast Indiana that deal with leadership is how are those skills being advanced, and how are those abilities being imparted to students and learners, adult learners of our communities that we're serving. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about leadership, and in particular, our grant-making considerations around leadership. So what we fund, much like what we fund around the areas of advanced manufacturing and entrepreneurship, is outcome-driven strategies. And so outcomes are something that you'll hear a lot about at the Don Wood Foundation, and in particular, SMART outcomes, the specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-sensitive or time-bound. And those outcome-driven strategies are part of what our grant committee and our board of trustees are asking us as team members about when they're reviewing grant proposals that are coming forward. What doesn't necessarily fit as well in with what we want to do are the one and done types of leadership trainings, recognizing that we want to see those skill building and be able to track some of those outcomes to understand what impact and what difference it's making in the community and who's being served. We also look at curriculum that incorporates best practices or proven approaches. Certainly there are emerging ideas about leadership philosophies. We recognize that, we acknowledge that, but again, leaning into what Don Wood was focused on, he studied some of the leadership names that you would know and recognize, Covey and others. I know Stephen Covey was really significant. He was a student of Covey, and I understand he was even trained in Covey management techniques and such. So we, again, wanting to honor Don, look at those best practices or more established curricula. We also are really interested in leadership development for communities of practice. And so this looks different than, for instance, professional development for a community or a single organization. What we're looking to do is find groups of people in our communities. So for instance, one program that we funded more recently in our leadership bubble that is regionally focused and is co-funded by several other funders is called Transforming Communities. And with that, what we felt like it really did was create this community of practice, because it's providing nonprofit leaders with proven leadership development skills and building, and the ability to earn a certified fundraising manager designation through the IU Lilly School of Philanthropy, but it also is providing that community practice where those individuals can build a cohort with one another and then potentially build collaborations that come out of deepening those relationships. And that's, I think, really important. Collaboration is something that we often look at in addition to outcomes, and look to understand how several players or organizations in the community are coming together to solve some of the most comprehensive problems that are in front of us. And then certainly to close off on this particular slide, we provide grants for nonprofit organizations, but we recognize that while we can't fund to individuals or for-profit entities, there are opportunities for nonprofits to work with individuals like that to bring in these leadership development trainings. And so we recognize that as well, but we do keep our funds focused on nonprofits as well. So in a nutshell, I've gone really quickly through some of my slide deck because I also am just a more conversational person, and for anyone who knows me, you know that about me. Thank you for your attention and your interest in the work of the Don Wood Foundation, and we're just really excited to share ideas with you.